cannot hear one of our party.
Not sure
cannot
if that
hear
means
us.
I'm live or not.
Sadly,
but I'm sure I will find out.
Sadly, that's our guest. I think you need to let Rumble know
in an hour's time
that we
or
can
so.
hear him in case he
When I
starts
look back on
swearing
it.
madly,
I don't know how I'm going to let him
which
know.
he's already doing.
Can he see me?
Yeah, you can see you. Good evening, everybody.
Still not
Thank
sure
you for
if I'm
tuning
live yet,
in to
but
another episode of a super polished Nemo Racing channel broadcast. I tell you what, if I didn't like drinking before we started trying to do this, Leroy,
I might be live, but I might not be live.
Oh, no, he's just talking.
Pressing on the... It says you are currently live, which would indicate that I am live, but I can't quite hear anything.
Maybe we can just sit
whatsoever.
back on and let him talk.
It would be that would be good. I think. Well, he is the main feature of this midweek.
Yeah.
Mumble. So it's only fair that we could just sit and listen to Rumble talk to himself.
Rumble mumble. My dog just fell off a chair.
I'm going to try and take Mark out of this stream and pop
pin
him
him off
and see if that does anything for life.
He looked a bit younger, if anything else.
He did, didn't he? It's not having the stress of being called 30 times a day to see if the wishbone's been dispatched. I think.
Maybe, or the fact that he's...
Anyway, you're looking resplendent. He looks like you've had some sort of a hairstylist come in. Are you starting to have makeup for these episodes, Leroy?
That's I mean, Liz cut this hair.
Really?
Yeah.
She's got hidden talent.
It probably looks better on here than it is in real life. But
you're going like Johnny Bravo on the crowd.
Yeah, that kind of did that itself naturally. I don't really know, but I quite like it. But you look very red. Like it. You look very tan.
I think she's done a sterling job. I'm going to try and drop Rumble back into his own feature.
Go on,
in the meantime, we've got lots of people saying hello to us, which is wonderful to see. Thank you everybody for tuning in and listening to us oldish gits.
Old
Rumble
people. I can already say by the redness in your head that you've been out all week,
mate. I am burnt.
Looks it.
This is half an hour in the makeup studio to try and get the glow, because I don't think anyone will be able to see. I would rival Talbotini right now for glow on forehead.
Wow, that's as almost as much as the sun, I would have to say.
But it's worth it. I am sore, very sore. Do you want to do some hellos going down the side, bro? While
I would love to, but I'm just looking for it
that
on the.
Oh, hang on, this is going to work. I feel that we're going to get a blue screen with nobody in it. Rumble, can you hear us?
No, we cannot.
Let's hide him again. What I fear in this shambles is that we'll end up not being able to hear each other as well, and then it's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
I liked your drawing.
Oh, sorry.
I liked your drawing messages. I thought that was good. That worked.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, it appeals to a lot of people. And this one, that was a good start.
Slightly worryingly, Mr. Shorey, hello mate, is saying that we can hear Rumble, which is worrying because you and I can't. So I hope he's not.
Hear or even see him. Okay, I'll do some of the hellos while you try and work something out in the background there.
Okay, sounds good.
So, Jan, the man who we can never pronounce whatever his name is meant to be. Hello, mate. Olivier, hello. Paul Ragg, a blast from the past. We thought he was going to make a little bit of a comeback, then we didn't see him again. How you doing, pal? Davey Rose, good evening. Nobby, hello. Mike Shorey, hello. You're saying we can hear Rumble. Salut, Sylvain. DJ, all right, pal, how you doing? Still stuck at home, like the rest of us? Jez is back online. Jez has been online more this year than he's actually raced, I feel. Adrian Eaton, hello.
Whenever you say Jez like that, sorry to interrupt you, the hellos, I always think of Peep Show, and it makes me smile. So that's why I was smiling.
Yeah, I used to like Peep Show as well.
Yes.
Here we go. James Moore, haven't seen James for a while. Hello. Shrek, hello. Rick, hi again. Thanks for tuning in again. Oh, Winnie's on early this time.
Winnie,
Winnie Boy. One of my favourite people in the world, Duncan Rist, he's online. Mr. Bridgman, Mr.
I'm
Digger.
looking forward to getting back out to eat his cakes.
Oh, tell me about it. Arvinder's on. Sam is on, the old labourer extraordinaire from earlier in the week.
Wow.
Well, probably not labourer, actually. You are more the labourer.
Hero. Yeah, I'm the lackey. I get bossed around.
Raggy said he still might make that comeback. Good man. Big Car's taking all the money. Mate, Big Cars always take money. Just me and John have worked that out, haven't we, mate? We've given up with Big Cars for the minute.
But yeah, big cars just eat money.
Yes. When's the new truggy come in? So there won't be a new truggy in the immediate future. No. At least not in 2020 for sure. We've already got our hands full with still providing all the A319s and then the electric buggy coming too. So all hands on deck for that. But maybe 2021 you'll see something new.
Yes.
Marcus, hello from Virginia. How are we doing? Isn't there a song about Virginia?
I'd like to hear you sing it.
I can't remember it, mate, to be honest.
That's going to be an issue.
Yeah. Sober tonight, Winnie. I am sober, and I'm drinking orange juice and tonic tonight as a tribute to our Roscoe. It's his favourite drink.
Good old Roscoe.
John has been working hard, so I think he's already had a beer.
A small one.
Small one.
Yeah, it's one. I'm not really. I do like a beer actually. I've found myself liking a Peroni for some reason. I don't know why. Quite nice.
I think I got you back into it, didn't I?
I think you probably did with some Japanese one. What was that?
Asahi, normally. A long one.
That was it.
Look at this guy. He's come to say hello.
I presume I'm just busy in the background doing some other stuff, and I actually can't see you. I presume that you're talking to your dog. If not, we've got problems.
Yeah, I'm talking to the dog. Lyndon, am I allowed to chat to this too? Yes, of course, mate. Roscoe in the house.
Oh, I heard Rumble then.
Oh, wow. Sam Cobley is on. If America has Joey the Dirt, do we have Davey, Dirty Dave?
We have definitely got Dirty Dave. That's a fantastic one. That could stick, that name.
That could stick. Double D.
In more ways than one. Dirty Diamond Dave. There we go.
Yes. Oh, triple D Dave, we'll call him.
Triple D. I'm looking at Teddy's bottom. What's he doing?
Must hope Triple D's not in that.
No, Triple D is in that.
Where's Rumble? Yeah, so
we're trying to get Rumble.
This is turning into a Where's Rumble rather than a mumble with Rumble, because once again our amazing BeLive app is amazingly useless. Even though John's just upgraded the subscription and it's still pants.
Yes. I was like, we'll throw the kitchen sink at it and see if that gives us something. I'm hopeful. I just saw a lovely, lovely strawberry blonde chap pop up in the bottom. That sounds wrong as well. Let's see.
I think
he gave me the countdown. Can you hear us?
I can hear you both.
Yeah.
Finally, we're working. How are we doing, everyone?
It was worth the wait to see that smiling face that I miss every day.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Winston's love child.
How are we all doing? It's I was sat there and I could see it was saying live and couldn't see anything, and I thought I'm not really too sure. I'll just sit here and hope for the best.
I'm glad you remained clothed in this.
Yes,
waiting for the best.
Yeah, I thought I popped to the toilet before, not midstream.
I'm fairly sure I've seen videos of you looking like that elsewhere on the interweb.
There's a very good chance of that.
How are you doing anyway? How's life treating you in this?
Yeah, very good, very good. I had a few messages come through from a couple of French guys and Sylvain and Olivier and all that. So bonjour to them. They asked that I shout them out in French, which is bonjour. That's the extent of it. I mean, life is quite strange at the minute, of course, with obviously everyone being locked down and me being furloughed from work. But I'm sure everyone. I'm sure everyone that yeah. Lots and lots have changed in lots has changed in my life, and yeah, that's a whole stream in itself. But yeah, no, it's all okay. It's all okay. I'm not massively sure what to do myself most of the time. Been doing quite a bit of cycling and did a 5.
It sounds like working at Nemo.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Get the first hour out of the way of the day, and now what?
yeah. Now we can relax. I've lost Lee, so I'm not sure where Lee's gone.
He disappeared. I don't know what happened.
No.
But as you are the feature of this midweek
well,
session, then that's good stuff. I saw a little comment that made me giggle momentarily. Leroy's going to be back hopefully in a couple of seconds. Leroy, are you back?
Mate, it just kicked me out. It said, "Thanks for being a part of our stream," and off I went.
See ya.
Weird.
We just thought Rumble had bored you already, and you'd gone. You just out of it.
I was going to say, he's definitely got the mumble down.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that there was a comment that I saw flicked past by Sam Dimlow, which said I'd forgotten how posh Rumble's voice was. It made me chuckle.
And it's a trend from many that meet me. They all say, "Oh, you've got some crazy posh voice." I said, "Well, yeah."
So post-virus, or no, pre-virus even. What were you doing? Tell
Well, that's probably a good.
In a minute.
Oh well, I've already
stopwatch. Do you remember us doing this before? I used to say, right, start your stopwatch, go.
Yeah, I do remember that. Oh God, me.
Please don't come back to sue me for harassment or something weird in a few years' time.
Yeah, exactly. It's all right. I've signed the NDA.
Go. I'm timing.
There we go.
Yeah, no, well, yeah. So, working moved from where I was in Oxford,
which is perfect.
And I think I can still hear you both. Hopefully, you can hear myself, John.
15 seconds.
Oh, yeah. So before lockdown, I'm working for Audi in Chelmsford now. In Essex. Obviously, was living in Oxford before.
30 seconds.
And obviously, still have still got a house in my house in Oxfordshire, but living in Chelmsford or living in Essex, and working for Audi, which is very good. Obviously, at the minute we're all furloughed, so
15.
It's a very strange holiday, really. But yeah. And Lee's gone. Lee's gone again. So,
but that was beautiful. I reckon you rounded that out in a minute, which is awesome. Yeah. So it sounds like it's going good, buddy, which is nice to hear.
Yeah, it's keeping me busy. It
was keeping you busy.
Yeah. Now it's yeah. I mean, I think the thing is I'm very lucky to be furloughed, and I think the company's doing everything they can to try and keep as many staff on as they possibly can. And I think if the furlough scheme wasn't there, then everyone would be even more scuppered than it will be. Lee's back.
Are you still talking?
No, we had a little.
No, he done it. He did it. It was done.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
were celebrating
it was funny. It was only
rise of Rumble
basically. On Facebook. Only a year ago. Well, a year ago today we were winning DXR with Mr. Lutz. Exactly a year ago today.
Wow.
Here we go.
I know it threw up some very, very, very good memories for sure.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, mate. You did an absolutely stellar job there, as ever.
Yeah, it was a good and
a surreal moment.
Very, very.
A bit of a. I think we're quite good at making ourselves look quite big, but the reality is we're tiny as Nemo, and to go to a race that has current world champ who is one hell of a talent, and racing for that period of time and come out on top. There's not many others that have done that, so it was a surreal moment, that one. So yeah, it was a good memory, mate. I can't believe it's a year ago in some ways, and then in other ways it feels like it's a lifetime ago.
Yeah, it's funny how it works like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. What do you think, Leroy?
Yeah, I'm just hoping I stay in the stream for longer than the next couple of minutes.
Yeah, thanks for hanging around for more than 30 seconds. It's very
Nice to see you.
If anyone knows anyone that works for Be Live, punch them in the face.
Man alive. The only thing is, on our shoestring budget, it does allow us to have multiple people live and throw in pictures and generally look quite good when it works.
Yeah, it hasn't actually worked too well yet.
Not massively, no.
Last
no.
week was okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. What should we mumble about then? Like, what's...
I know. I've got a good one. As Lee leaves us. Right, okay. So in his absence, I'm going to try throwing in our track picture. I don't know whether you've seen that.
I haven't. No. I've been having I've obviously had a few pics from yourself of the track during the week, and it is looking very, very.
I was going to say,
I've got to look closely. I've still got terrible eyesight. As that will be superb. Brick. Nice.
You should have gone to Specsavers. Let me just try and throw Leroy in see if we can go. We're going to go for a 4-way rumble, not for the first time. Here we go. We might have 4.
Hello, everyone.
That's good. Maybe we can't hear more.
I can see this beautiful looking track stand up.
Well, I thought it would be a good idea for Rumble to talk about the track. I don't know whether he's just that mesmerised or whether he can't hear us now.
No, I can hear you fine. No, I can hear you fine. I'm studying the track. I was looking at it all and seeing that it's got a bit of multi-surface, a really nice long straight. Is it left to right?
I need to clarify the straight.
Right.
If you don't have a bullet or something that's made by OS, you're probably going to be in trouble because it is a very, very long straight.
Wow.
And so my unbiased opinion is the Novas will probably conk out about halfway down it.
Yeah.
And anything that's not made in Japan will probably blow up at the end of it. It's a long straight.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be 50 something.
Yeah.
Won't it?
Correct. Yes.
Wow. There'll be
it's going to sort the engines out, that's for sure.
Yeah. 6.5 minute runtime. Here we go for many.
Yes.
Yeah, we've tried. I mean, obviously, like you get the plan, and Leroy did a really good job of that. I think it looks a cool layout, and it's in 4-meter chunks, and we've been doing our very best to stick to it. There's a couple of changes that have happened just as we start moving it around. It tends to become its own living thing. We've inherited a bomb hole, just so that I can hear Tony Truman say he's in the bomb hole, which I'm sure I've heard him say at Slough a few times with some irony.
He's upside down in the bomb hole.
There we go.
He's stuck in the bum hole.
Exactly. There's just too many good ones. And that back triple is now a very, very big tabletop and then into a raised corner for various reasons. Oh, unfortunately, lost Leroy again for a second. When we were doing some test jumping and stuff, we were struggling to get that triple to work. And I'm really, really keen to make sure that the track is something that everybody can just go round. So the great thing with tabletops is, in my opinion, you can still get the distance that you want to get as a pro doing a real huge jump. But equally, if you're not quite of that skill set, you can still enjoy the track and go round and build up to going Billy-O.
And that's the thing. You don't want to have it so do or die that the people that are the bread and butter don't actually enjoy the track they're racing on.
So we're trying hard to make something that's super cool for everybody, that everybody can come and do. It's fun layout and all the stuff. So yeah, it's cool to get your take, your un-Nemo take. Really, now you can say it looks rubbish if you think it looks rubbish.
It's funny that one of the big things, obviously, having popped up to a track a few times and all of this sort of stuff. Everyone, whether it's to my face or to not, they seem to sort of care about my opinion on most things, or definitely or not care about my opinion. And I think the biggest thing that I've noticed coming out of the hobby is that when I was in the hobby, everything I said, everything that was done was legitimate. I didn't ever need to jazz something up that wasn't that wasn't there, and that was a big thing out of the hobby, where you just see how how transparent it can be with lots of other manufacturers, honestly. And then with Nemo, it was never the case. All of the products, having been there from start to finish on many projects, the product speaks for itself. The quality of absolutely all of it was. Yeah, go on.
My biggest thing I miss from Rumble.
Oh yeah,
is the genuine enthusiasm when a prototype part arrives.
that made my week.
As to what it was going to do for us, or how wonderfully it had been made, or just anything. You had an enthusiasm that was infectious, I suppose, because after a few years, like Leroy and I, you've kind of seen them. Yeah, exactly. You've seen all those things, but there you go. I definitely miss the enthusiasm when something new is coming through.
Yeah, I remember always, bailing off 30, 40 Gamma boxes and a little label on a little label there from the factory that said, test part or prototype part, and I sort of probably a little bit of wee came out. I thought I'd like to see what that. Let's have a little look at what that part is, and I think also from the factory is. From what I saw when I first began to where it's at now, obviously everything's grown, and that brings its own challenges with trying to keep up.
Sure.
But the factory has stepped up so much with just stuff comes through, and it's just quite a lot better than sometimes I think manufacturers release options purely for the sake of it. Oh, Lee's gone again. But yeah, I think manufacturers do.
Back in momentarily.
Yeah, I think manufacturers bring out a lot of stuff that is, they've got some 7075 that they need to sort of get gone out the door, or
Yeah.
But with Gamma, and nice to sort of have running changes through the platform that are really good. Like one thing that sticks in my mind was with the shock caps, for example, where they changed the shape of them and they just sort of popped up and came through like that. And that was always a good thing with the Gamma. The platform is really good, and they listened.
They're young like us, and just as well as I do how many people are involved back there. So they work their asses off. To be fair, I don't know how they manage to do what they do. So yeah, it's quite cool to see it all grow together. Yeah.
And it has looked. It looks to have got it where it is now. Obviously, there are lots of statements out there, and we obviously laugh at times at the sort of comments from others about what a Gamma would be without Nemo Racing. A fantastic manufacturer that has just had a big trampoline from Nemo Racing to sort of go as far as they want to take it, really.
I think it takes two to tango, doesn't it? I mean, I'm looking in my stream at the bottom here. I'm looking at some pictures. I think you probably saw them of Junction 12 when you probably heard me ramble on about the first place that we ran the Gamma car.
Yeah. I know the tale.
Exactly, and like you say, just to see how that's grown in that period of time. I'm not crying, by the way. It's just my eyes really itchy.
Hay fever.
Leroy, a twig got me, I think.
A twig? What, on the roller?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's cool to see, definitely.
What? You weren't wearing your PPE?
No, you're in trouble.
Probably.
I mean, if you have a look at an A8, have a look at an A8 and then have a look at a 319.
I want to see one. Let's have a look.
We've got one. We've got a brand new one, Leroy, in a box somewhere.
Oh, we should definitely build that.
Part it out. And Mark was like, we need to keep that. Say Mark Rumble was like, we need to keep that. That needs to be. And I was like, I'm not into that. But yeah, maybe we should.
I think probably, John, because you knew that you probably had a few sat over in the US.
The hidden side of RC that goes on trying to keep these things afloat.
It's mad. What can you do?
I'm just looking. I mean, it's a nice looking car.
It is a nice. You know what? From the very, very beginning, it was strong, reliable. Obviously, Leroy, the manufacturers and stuff that we work with, they'd produced stuff for the highest Japanese manufacturers for a long time too. So the quality was always good, which was fantastic because it actually gave us quite an easy time of just improving it, because we didn't have to worry about trying to keep the thing running at the time. And I think we launched with that car the same time that Serpent did with theirs and JQ did with his. And I can remember Neo doing like this little thing about which one of these will survive or something like that.
I remember that.
Yeah, do you remember? Oh, that's cool. So yeah, it allowed us to make that.
I think that's that is like clearly the most critical thing, is that that a product in its infancy is not going to have the best performance. It's it's not going to be a completely race-winning car, but so long as you've got the foundation to build up upon, you've got the right materials, you've got the right supply level, you've got a manufacturer that you can at least sort of pretty well communicate with, and most importantly, exclusivity in many ways. Then you can sort of work with that. If you've got real poor materials that you're trying to work with, like many other manufacturers, that's on top of trying to make everything else work. It'll be a really challenging time. More than
when you say many other manufacturers in true Rumble style,
yes,
let's not go there.
Well,
we've lost Leroy again. Leroy's going to come back. He's giving him the countdown. 3, 2, 1. I've no idea why Leroy keeps getting kicked out of the stream. No. Just weird. What else?
It feels very strange. Obviously, I haven't and I can't see any of the comments coming through. But it's very funny and sort of quite surreal being sort of back in the hobby that is RC, and the industry that is RC, even if this is just a small sort of sneak peek of it all. And it's very funny being on sort of the other side of it, where I can sort of say what I want without having to have a massive massive concern about it. Aside, obviously, you just kicking me out of the chat when I'm rude, but all the other manufacturers can't do that. So
no, it's an intriguing perspective.
Yeah. And I think also I'm, even when I was in the hobby, I was pretty honest about all others, and I'm sure it pissed lots of people off, and it makes me it puts a little smile on my face when I think about it, to be fair. I'm sure they'll love to hear this as well, but
the internal conversations.
Oh yes. Internal. But yeah, it is a strange perspective where you can sort of have a sort of true opinion on pretty much everything, which I did when I was in it. I think, yeah. But it's strange being back in, that's for sure.
Just dipping the tip in. That's all right.
Yeah,
it doesn't count.
Allowed.
How is the girl situation, mate? Been on any dates?
Not in lockdown.
No, it's a bit hard. Be on a FaceTime date.
Yeah, which doesn't quite have the same ring to it. That is a guarantee.
Lord.
Yeah, that's a bit.
What using Tinder, Grindr?
Grindr. I think that's probably the one for me. I'd have thought.
Grindr? No. I've got it on good authority from Winston that Grindr is for Jim Thompson. The last Westmill round, I seem to remember there's some discussion about Jim's Grindr profile.
I remember. Yes.
Wasn't
that Winnie?
Yeah, classic. Yeah. I don't know. I won't. Oh, Lee's gone.
Man.
I don't know how much money I'm going to be betting on all of that stuff. That is for sure. But yeah. I mean, absolutely.
I'm going to show you a pile of rubbish. Look at what Davey Boy's been doing today.
Been building. God, crikey.
He has been building. That bit ended up being something else when I find it. That's gone missing as well now. There we go. Yeah, that bit ended up being that bit.
Wow. Getting flattened out.
Yes. Davey Boy is an absolute...
A whiz on the digger.
He is a digger of digger.
Yeah.
Of all diggers.
He is a digger
apart from the digger.
Yes.
Because the digger is irreplaceable, and I see that he's watching on the side. I think Leroy might have given up on us. He's not even... I've not even got the notification in the bottom to say back.
He's out.
That's not good.
No.
He's better asking questions than me. Alan, it says all Bridgman, which I think is Alan Bridgman. Yes. Bloomfield almost won on his A8 debut at Montpellier. He did. The original car was very fast. I was doing a little bit of research for my Slough National First Appearance gig thing with the A8 back in 2010. And I think I got a second and a third in round or something at the national there behind Bloomfield, had done probably 1 million laps around Slough and a few others. So it was fast. And obviously Jerome won a lot of races in France. But I think you needed to be very talented to...
I think, we had some crazy long...
I've got the notification that Leroy is... to join the chat. Leroy, welcome back.
Oh man, I probably get like another couple of minutes and then I'm off again.
Yeah.
At least the microphone's working.
Yeah, at least I can hear everyone while I'm in. Oh, I better turn the other one off. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could hear John talking. I thought I'm not massively sure. I can't see face moving, but like a Chinese film or something.
Yeah, something random. So Rumble, I don't know what you were talking about. I'm hijacking.
We were talking about A8 performance, and I was just about to say that because I'm moving on from our previous topic, of course, as you can imagine, I deflected it well. Was that the A8 was obviously a really, really good platform, but it was 4mm. Classic, very similar to the original sort of low C, of a really narrow 4mm, stiff as anything chassis, which is good in the hands of, in the talented fingers of a Bloomfield or a yourself or John, etc., etc. I'm just trying to be nice. I thought I'd better.
You don't need to do the corporate bit now.
Yeah, no, that's true. But even in the hands of people that were very good and then people that are still good. It's a really quick platform having a narrow chassis, but as we know with the 319, which is I think the widest car on the market, total overall width, you can sort of only hang on to a narrow chassis for so long until inevitably it leads to a mistake, and for club guys that is not a fun platform. So A8 was really good. Seemed like
Come on, Leroy.
And
hijack us.
Yeah,
move us on to the next one.
For as long as
I'm going, a little bit more generic. What?
Oh, that's a thought that counts.
Fantastic. What should we talk about?
Comical timing.
Man, I don't understand how it can do stuff like this.
Yeah, bizarre. Very bizarre.
Bizarre.
But it's it's interesting sort of being out the hobby, looking into it, and then equally, sort of the working for Audi or working for a big sort of corporate company now it has all of its very similar difficulties. Obviously, it's a very different thing, and it is a completely different sort of dynamic with it. But it's real good fun and nice chatting to all.
Right. Yes. 100%. You couldn't get any more different than working for Nemo and then going to Audi from little to very large. Lee Martin is now live in our chat section. What are you missing about RC Rumble?
I'll tell you what, it is the biggest thing that I miss from it is all of our sort of customers. They're all the people that used to race for us, still race for us, will race for yourself, not us anymore, but obviously will race for yourself. All of our customers.
Always us, mate. It's always us.
Fantastic. Were the customers, the real fun weekends, the nights out and the dinners and the nice restaurants that we went to and establishments that we all.
So basically, the bit you missed about racing is not the racing; it's going out and getting hammered the night before. That's really what we're saying.
Correct. And but then equally,
does that include spraying champagne up people
in Swansea? Yeah, and I think Digger looked like he was probably going to tear my head off after I fuzzed a whole bottle of Moët over his head. oh the days. Very real good times. And then with the racing side of things, I love I like seeing people do really well, whether it was in the Z final or whether we were leading the A final, it was irrelevant, and you know, with racing, it's really tough because you've got 75% of the time is sort of you wanted better, or you know, I could have done better in that run, and blah blah blah. The tire, you know, I should have gone on this tire or that tire, or engine wasn't right, whatever.
Rumble, come back to me. This can't be. You're back. Sorry, we had a little bit of a stutter there, but you came back. And now you've gone again.
Oh, I think I might have took the internet off. Oh, I'm back.
Yes.
But you know, I don't know how far back it was, but you know, when you sort of had that magic 10% of times where everything went really, really well.
Yeah.
That was the best bit, you know. And a classic example is Dom. You know, Dom would have a really smashing run, and he'd come back to the pits, and he'd bubble with with real positive energy, and I just thought it's really nice to see him happy.
Yeah.
And the same with everyone that had a good run. It was really good to see them be happy with that. And then equally, I enjoyed the real sort of competitive end of the scale of making sure all the pit timings were right, and you know, all of that real sort of nitty gritty stuff with it.
I think we're lucky with that, aren't we? As Nemo, like you've touched on, that we've got like a fairly big depth of what's going on, whether we're trying to beat Elliot or Neil or whoever it might be.
Yeah.
With Lee, or more so in your time with Darren as well.
Yeah.
Or like you say, the lower finals, the guys they're there getting maximum fun out of a. It's a cool hobby. I still think it's an absolutely cool hobby. 25 years later, it's nice that we get the opportunity to share that with friends, customers, team, all of the above. And
the big thing for me as well was that the line between customers and friends was there was no line. You know, every customer was also a friend as well. You know, I've got this whole hobby has given me lifelong friends, and for that I'm forever grateful. You know, it's been a superb chapter of my life that will continue being a chapter of my life. I'm sure for a long time. I'm sure how life is. Life is a journey, isn't it? So I'm sure it'll bring people closer further in time. But definitely. Really, really good. So that's what I miss about it. What I don't miss is 5 a.m. freezing.
All the rest.
Freezing cold starts. Sort of freezing your hands off, putting tent pegs in, but
having to listen to me as to why something's not clean, or
correct.
I know,
correct.
But
at the end of the day, one thing that. When I first met you, obviously, what many people know or not, I guess it's worth probably saying is, I met yourself when I was out, or met John, and don't really know who I'm saying it to, but met you when I was 17, 18, and
saying it to about 50 people, and none of them are police, so it'll be all right.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right then. Yeah.
Unless John Vine's listening, and then should be quiet.
Yeah. John Vine, the one and only legend. But and pretty formative years, and it's changed who I am as a person. When I was 17 years old, I was a scruffy, didn't care if things were clean or tidy or this and that. And in a year of you sort of hammering down on me, no, not at all, not at all. At the time, I probably didn't like it, but now when I look at it, best times, really, really good times. So,
Leroy had another question. Bumble, Bumble. I shouldn't call you Bumble. That's my love name for you. Where were we? Are you going to come back racing as a racer yourself? It's a good question.
I think
you could come back. You could demand everything. You could ask for factory level support.
What I'm gonna do,
and that you're a very big spender because you've spent £10, and so you should have a discount upgrade.
I think I need at least a 95% off deal, because I made a Z final once 19 years ago.
I'm sure that if you ever want to come back, mate, you can have whatever you want on me. There you go.
There we go.
We've got 48 people now. We've gone down. That are witness to that.
They'll attest to it. Yeah, I think it is tricky. I mean, and it was why I stopped. Obviously, theoretically, I could have sort of carried on trying to race myself a little bit. I just found it so frustrating. I hated the fact that I was pitting for Bloomers at the time, who was dominant. Very, very dominant driver. Or I could sort of be in the sort of E or F final, struggling to keep it on its wheels. And I thought,
You've still not answered the question. Are you going to come back and race? Yes or no? Maybe. Right, we're going to get on that one. Next question from Lee. Lee's hogging the chat here because he's coming up with all the good questions. Who was the worst driver that you had to support?
What do you mean? Support in what way? In
Well, not emotionally, I'm sure, but just in general, who would be your standout? I mean, I think I know who you would say personally, and it's not a driver, but it's someone that looks after some drivers.
Yeah.
But I can't possibly.
I think the biggest thing was that I think for a lot of people, where we obviously cross that line between customers and friends, it's difficult because you've got to do something for them on a customer level or on a business level, but they still sort of you're still wanting to be friends with them, and unfortunately that is a very difficult line to traverse. So
answer question. Stop mumbling.
Dealing with people that get stuff for free is the most challenging, and the people that pay the most for it tend to be the easiest.
So who was the hardest?
I mean, I think
if you don't know answer it, don't worry.
No, I loved everyone most of the time, but there were definitely factory guys that made it challenging at times.
I feel those moments.
Yeah. I'm. You have to deal with that.
Luckily, I think I managed to get them tempered a little bit.
Yeah. Cool.
Earlier, but I you have my sympathy. Let's leave. Right. So.
Oh yeah, I'm back.
Next one. There was another one. There was another good one. Yeah, you're back. There was another good one. Winston, you coming down for the Nemo track grand opening Rumble Tits, I think, or Rumble-its.
I didn't catch the end of that question, but yeah, for sure. I'll be down for all of.
I love the fact that you'd say yes. I love the fact you say yes. And you didn't actually hear the end of the question. It was Winston, and he was saying. Oh no, we've got a time delay between us. It was Winston, and he was saying, "Are you going to come down for the grand opening of the track?"
Yes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Of course.
Mr. Shorey, Mark, have you still got the famous dress from Paddy Piston?
No, well, maybe I don't know.
I'm going to try and find it while you talk.
Oh no, God, that's tragic. But yeah, well, I'm pretty sure we've got photographic evidence, that is for sure, of me wearing a dress for a great cause and all that.
You're getting a bit nervous now. What year was it, Rumble?
It must have been 2018, I think. 20.
This is going to sound wrong, but I'm furiously flicking through my
pictures of me,
photos of Rumble. I don't think it was 17, so it might have been 16.
No, it couldn't have been 16.
Let me see. Was it not 16?
No, because I think 16 was my first Paddy Piston.
Okay.
And I don't think it then. Well done.
Right. So let me look at 17 then, because that was in 16.
Yeah.
And Pembury, good lord, there's some dodgy pictures in this 17 Rumble.
Trying that laser beam.
Exactly. There were some tough nights.
No, tough morning.
I think I found the album, and I'm going to show you like a little picture beforehand, because, well, I'm going to try to, if this wonderful piece of technology lets me. It does not support what I'm trying to do. It sounds familiar. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to add this one in. I'm fairly sure. It's going to let me know in a moment that it was this year. I need to keep an eye on the time because I fear with you and I we could probably bumble on
forever.
all day long, all night long.
I look.
Now that picture has got some diamonds in that picture. I can see Ed China down the bottom there. He's just finished a restoration on Mike Brewer's car somewhere along the line. There's a happy looking Darren. I think looking West for Ware.
Yeah.
You go through that photo while I find the photo.
Well, one thing is a guarantee. I look like I've got sort of a little bit of brain damage in that photo. Whether that's sort of, I don't know whether that's self-induced or, but it.
That's what that's like.
There's Bloomers looking pretty happy. Dominique, of course. The photo's a bit cropped for me, so I can't actually see who it is on the right, on the real far side of that photo. But I can see Guppy, of course, but I can't see who it is in the.
It's Davey Boy. It is the one and only Davey Boy.
I see the hand that's probably covered in.
That's it.
Probably covered in diff oil if I know him too well. And
I'm glad that you said diff oil.
I was.
I wondered where that was going to go. It's trying to load me up. I'm only going to flick it up for a short. Do you mind me showing this? Are you all right?
Oh yeah. No, go ahead.
This is not going to answer the lawsuit of how Nemo damaged me forever, is it?
The demise, yeah. Be like it.
It's coming in. Look at that hunk.
That is a sensational photo. Oh, it's gone bigger on my screen. What I quite like about it is the fact I've got my gut out. I've just got a little pot belly. I look like I'm about six months pregnant. But yeah.
You probably were.
That was
you were about 7 months into the Nemo empire there.
Fold, yeah.
And so it's possible. I think you look fantastic in that not because you're wearing a dress, but because you did that for charity.
Yeah.
You did it out of the goodness of your heart, knowing that there was going to be some idiot like me
with a
bringing
camera.
it up 5 years later. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I salute you.
Yeah, you've got to.
So we move it on.
Got to do what you got to do. That was one year we had a good. It was a very amusing moment at Paddy Piston, where John and I was for the viewers. We both know it. John and I were stood in pit lane. Fantastic. Bad MCC pit lane, and John has a fantastic habit of stabbing his tuning screwdriver into the sort of wooden sort of side of the pit lane as a sort of store for his tuning driver, rather than pocket the side of the pit lane. So when I sort of had my hand sort of propped on pit lane, I might have been looking up for whatever reason. I'm pretty certain that John's tuning screwdriver went about 50% into my hand, which it didn't go the whole way through, but it sort of clinked through some sort of cartilage or something and stopped. But
it was horrific, and I still feel bad even to this day over that. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean to do it. I was just over-exuberantly putting my tuning screwdriver down because invariably it needs to be used again.
One thing I was going to
help somebody out, and ended up in one hand.
Yeah, it did. Oh, well, it could have been worse. One thing I was going to say was that if I do come back racing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my engine is perfectly tuned, really, really perfectly tuned. Not by sort of Rumble the Rodder or whatever.
That's what I was going to say.
I nipped it. I'm going to make sure my engine is perfectly tuned, and then at about 6 o'clock on the morning of a national, I'm going to ask you to come and tune my engine. I know the engine's fine.
That would be lovely.
I'm going to do it.
That would be very, very nice. That would be fantastic.
Any more questions from Lee?
Yes, there is. I've got a host of them coming.
Well, I'll have to quick fire.
Quick fire. Who was your favourite driver to support? obviously excluding Lee, because we know that that's the favourite. After Lee, who was your favourite person? Who were you excited to help?
Well, there were many, and Darren Warburton. He is a real 30 Darren Warburton, a massive standout character. He didn't need help. He didn't need help in any shape, way, or form. But he is an absolute legend.
We needed him to help us.
Yeah,
the other way around.
some DWO ones and later and all. There we go. Mike Williams, of course, he was a absolute top bloke. I'm trying to think. You've got sort of the classics like
You've got to pick one. I'm going to take you off the fence. Come on.
All right.
I'll let you skirt who you are happy not to have to support, but
we've got
your favourite. I think you should be able to pick one.
Darren Warburton, I'd say so.
There we go, Darren Warburton.
Yeah.
Next question.
Lucky boy.
Lucky boy. Yeah. Yes. So this was from Nobby Lemoyne.
Yeah.
Oh man. The man, the myth that is no longer a myth because I've met him. You haven't met him.
He's still a mystery to me.
Anyway, where does the name Nemo Racing come from? Wow, that's a really, really boring one. Actually, it comes from a previous company of mine, which was the first one probably of my ideas, and I've had many along the way that have not worked, sadly, but it was the first one that actually worked to some extent, and that was a car washing company called Nemo Wash. And we spent about a year trying to blag our way into a very, very big shopping centre here in the UK to wash people's cars. I don't know why. I've got no experience in washing cars. But anyway, that's what I decided I wanted to do 15, 18, 20 years ago, a long time ago. And so Nemo Wash was born. And then once we've got the car wash at this shopping centre, we had the opportunity to do some other things there. We ran some car parks, loads of things, valet parking. And so the name Nemo changed from Nemo Wash into Nemo Business Management. And then when I decided in 2010 I needed a reason to keep racing, because the main business, Nemo Business Management, was getting busy, and going away and racing toy cars every weekend wasn't really, it was a bit of a selfish thing to go and do. So I thought, well, if I make it into another business stream, then there's a reason to go. And so that's where Nemo Racing came from. It was just to keep it all under one big Disney umbrella for some reason.
Do with the film.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with the Disney fish, but for some reason it is the Disney fish. It's also omen backwards. So take that way, want it? So that's where it came from. A very weird one. Next one I've got is from Davey Rules. I swear I was annoying, always asking for setup advice. No, Davey, you were not annoying. We love you. The only slight misdemeanor is whether you are Honey G, but that's not go. We love you anyway, and can't wait to get back down to the South Coast. I know Mark thought fondly of you as well, so you were definitely not super annoying.
No, not at all.
And been a really good supporter of ours through the years, so thanks for that as well. I've got another one from Winston.
Oh, God.
We all love the mighty Rumble. Hail Rumble.
Thanks, Win. Now,
Gone but not forgotten. That's what we say.
That's it. Winston Barnett, you are a legend. You are the funniest bloke on planet Earth. Yeah. No more.
Leroy's back. Possibly. He's back.
Just thought I'd give it another try.
I almost feel like getting my tits out on camera for that. That is a celebratory moment.
There's an Oscar.
He's back.
Go on, Rumble, get him out, boy.
They're disappearing. They're disappearing. Would you believe it?
I know. Well, I've seen your 5-mile bike rides.
I know. I've been smashing them out. It's funny. A good measure of that is if you're too happy in life, then what you need to do is get really fat because of it, which I did. I sort of turned into a bit of a moon emoji, but I've lost about 2 stone since sort of end of 2019, start of January. So the tits are still there, but smaller, which is a shame.
It's always good they stay for a while, mate. They're fun, aren't they? They're fun.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got a Danny Boy 1985, I think that is. If not Nemo, what team would be your second choice?
None.
Arsenal on behalf of Mr. Rumble next.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure. Not sure. Yeah. So that's a real tricky one. I mean,
Audi.
Yeah.
Would it be red?
No.
Right. Next question. Okay.
I'd rather do.
And just so that I'm absolutely
stick pins in my eyes,
doing it the right thing. There's several teams that are associated with the colour red these days, not just one.
Yeah.
Nice save.
Nice save. Yeah, exactly. Alhamdulillah. What else have we got? Winston Barnett, ditto. Oh, Lee's gone. Well, it was nice to have him for at least a minute.
Oh, well.
I just...
Lee's only given me a minute.
You're lucky to get a limit.
Yeah, get a minute out of it.
Craig Homer, what is the dodgy vibrating noise? That would be Rumble. I think you should explain what your dodgy vibrating.
Sorry, I've left my egg switched on or something. I don't really know. Yeah, I can't hear any vibrating. I can't, but it was only actually I noticed a little bit of feedback when Lee jumped on again. So I don't know. Hopefully it disappears for you, Craig.
When we're talking about eggs,
there's a really big egg there. Oh God, what a look!
I love it.
That dress lasted a few years, that's for sure.
Lee says it might have been his dog snoring.
Oh, Sky or Rocket, one of the two.
Well, we need to find out now.
How's
Yes.
How's Ted? How's Teddy?
Teddy. Let me try that again. In a slightly more manly voice.
That was a good one.
Teddy, come and see Mark. Come on, come and see Rumble for ages.
I know.
He's looking at me like I'm some sort of complete and utter weirdo, which is correct, but even more so than normal.
Oh well.
He looks like he might have been naughty. You know, he's got that look of, oh shit, what are they?
He's got me.
As if by magic, Teddy has transported himself here.
Look at that.
Teddy, who's that? He's like,
oh Teddy.
God. So I can remember when Ted's. Oh, excuse me, sorry. We got Ted's as a pup, and I hadn't said to you that we were
I remember this.
And I came up to the trailer to have our morning debrief as to which team driver we loved. And I said, "Oh, you should come down to the house. Come and have a look."
Who was it?
Okay, so you came down. You came into the house and saw Teddy, and you were like, "Well, I can't even describe what you were like, but it was like in my head, it was like a 10-year-old, possibly female at Christmas that had just got the best Barbie ever in the world, like the house, Ken, the car, everything to go with the set."
A Gamma prototype parts in one.
There we go. That's better. Scrub the rest of it. Yeah, so we've got lots of prototype parts, and you're like, "Whose is he? Where's he come from? Is that yours?
Is it real?
Is it real?" And it was. Oh, hang on.
Oh,
and this is now coming into screen in a moment. Ted's
boyfriend.
Oh, is that Rocket? A Gamma prototype. That is a good look.
It's like the dogs. It's not the dogs of Instagram. Dogs of Be Live failed Nemo YouTube live stream. Oh my God, there's two.
Oh, puppy's coming soon.
Right. Rocket, look. I can hear you in the background for myself or John.
Ah, there we go. Ted, what do you say? He's French. He likes cheese and wine. It's like me. It's not the dogs of Instagram. Dogs of failed Nemo YouTube live stream. Teddy needs a groomer because he's, and I don't mean a Jimmy. I mean a groomer. He's getting a bit hairy.
You can cut him yourself.
I remember, John. I took Teddy to the groomers with your mum, probably a year ago, and it was the time when
they did. Where was I? What was going on?
It was traumatic because they cut his paw or something, and he'd come back with a bandage, and I thought, oh dear, this is a bad day. Looked like he had a paw missing.
Rumble did it.
Yeah.
It was a bad day at the office. I've brought his dog back with an injury. And he'd been scalped, hadn't he? Even he looked ridiculous.
Oh, it looked like he'd gone through a shredder.
I can remember sending you a message going, does he look all right? And you were like, yeah, he looks okay. I thought, oh, that's not good. That's not good.
That's a bad sign.
What was that?
You're snoring. Wow, that's vocal. You know who that is? That is a John Skidmore snore. Right.
That is a John Skidmore snore.
That is a chalky snore, if I've ever heard one before in my life. Which
I can't wait to watch the Mugen team when they can actually go out and travel. Someone's going to have to room share with him.
I know.
I'm going to look at them on the next morning and look at
my bet.
The death
deepest
in their
memory of it was we were in Italy and I was sharing a room with Chalky, and I would say that I had about 35 minutes sleep because Chalky, it wasn't just the volume of it, it was just the resonance, it was the vibration. It nearly threw me out of bed. But
I've never seen anything like it.
Sensei.
Right, one more question because we've gone. I was going to do this. Well, we were hoping this was going to be like a half an hour quick session, but it's been really fun talking to you, buddy, about all things gone by. Winston has got a question, and his was, what dog would you have?
Well, it's funny. Obviously, I'm with staying down in Kent. So I'm actually in sunny Kent, staying with my mum whilst I'm being furloughed to try and keep her.
Hello, Mother Rumble.
Yeah, she'll love that one.
I know she'll love it. I had to get it in there.
Yep. So we've got Archie, who is our 14-and-a-half-year-old Westie, who has in the lockdown period has cost us 400 quid in tablets and stuff and all good stuff. He's going to have to get a job after lockdown to pay for his bills. The little scamp, for want of a better word. Yeah. Don't get a Westie because terrible skin problems and they'll cost you.
So, what would you get?
I would get a
Weepy Eye.
I'd get either a miniature Dachshund, or a Great Dane like Scooby.
Scooby's a hero.
Scooby is a hero. And how is Scooby and old Scrappy?
She's going still. Nearly conked out a little while ago.
Right.
But yeah, some horrific vet bills and some meds and stuff, and she's going again.
Still going. Well, that's it.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's cool that she had an influence on you.
Oh, Scooby was.
Great Danes are awesome dogs. It's just a shame that lives very long. That's
no.
They are lovely, like, gentle giants.
Yeah, and Scrappy must still be going around.
Scrappy's a little shit, same as normal. That's just a terrorist, really.
Oh, horrible. The
Taliban, I think he's. It's like the fun police of. But he's lovely.
Yeah, he was the fun police, big time.
Now we've had a couple of questions come in. Sorry if I took my eye off for a moment there. A couple of ones. One which is really nice. I'm going to jump it through the queue, which was to say, "Hi boys from Nanette. Hey Nanette, hope all is good. Hope you're keeping the family well and looking after those guys. You need a medal. We love you, Rumble."
Nanette, you were like the mum of Nemo. You were Mama Nemo for a long.
We did. We lost our mum, didn't we? That's not good.
Life works in circles, doesn't it?
It does. But
next question.
Yes. I hope everything is good.
Yeah.
Talbotini. Well, you coined that.
I coined Talbotini.
You did. That is directly from you. Chalky snoring was worse. Sampled it in Padova.
There we go.
I'm going to add some stuff in it. Nearly committed suicide. It was worse than a wild boar.
That's about right. That's a pretty good descriptor.
That is about right. I did it once, which was also Padova. So there's something about Padova and sharing a room with Chalky that is not recommended. We'd managed to somehow blag this 5-star luxury hotel thing for like 50p. I don't know how, but we had, and it had got like these. Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah,
It might even been there.
Rumble in my jungle.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, no, it's okay. I'll save some cost and I'll share a room with Chalky. Big error.
Never again.
Big error.
As the boss, you can sort of make that choice to never do that again. But
as the boss, I thought I need to work much harder so that I don't have to try and share rooms with people that I cannot verify as to how they're going to sleep. That's what I learned from that lesson, from that trip.
This was one thing that probably kept me in the Empire for quite a while, was that I'm a perfect roommate. I'm silent as a mouse.
Even when you slip the tip in,
yeah,
silent as a mouse.
Exactly.
Yeah, completely. Right, what else have we got? Anything else coming in? We're probably at the end of this, buddy. We've been over an hour of our
mumbling.
Yes, you up for doing it again next week?
Yeah,
if people want it?
Yeah. I'll have to check my schedule. I'll wait.
Exactly. Till you're not furloughed, it gives something for us to do on a Wednesday.
Absolutely, something to look.
Yeah, no, I've looked forward to it. We need to try and make sure we can keep Leroy in the stream because that's disappointing.
He needs to sort his Wi-Fi out or something. I'm not sure.
I don't know what it is. I'm open for any offers on another platform if that's what we need. But
not seen it myself. How YouTube haven't got their own monetized platform for it yet? I don't know, but bizarre.
No. Coming soon. In the meantime, I'll be back with Lee hopefully on Saturday for our Saturday Night Live, and we're going to have quite a lot to show you. Hopefully, lots going on in the next few days at Nemo Raceway. We've got rostrums and containers coming, and pipe.
Exciting time,
and oils and all sorts of stuff. So that's going to be cool. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we can see some of that on Saturday if it goes well. And yeah, apart from that, keep safe. And
also, one of the parting things is the e-buggy looks real good. Obviously, that's the first.
Shall I try? I've got a couple of pictures. Possibly.
Because it's sort of a platform that has come out where I haven't had any sort of any involvement with it whatsoever, and it looks real good. Looks really very sound.
Let me see. I thought, just keep talking for a second.
Yeah.
I thought I'd save some of those.
Billy's been sort of showing some sort of sneak peeks and looks really beefy.
They're probably Billy's, to be fair, that I can bring up. However, they are worth bringing up.
Beefy motor mount looks real good. Looks, pretty bulletproof.
Oh, that sounded like Leroy. Hang on.
I can't.
He's there.
Oh, there he is.
He's coming into the stream in about a second.
I thought as you were
Leroy, over to you while I get some pictures of an e-buggy.
Take 30
as you were doing your sign off, I'll take my 30-second limelight and just say bye and all that stuff.
Yeah.
At least if it lets me on for that long. E-buggy.
Keep it going slightly longer because
we're getting e-buggy.
I'm just trying to get e-buggy pictures up. So just keep it going longer than 30 seconds.
E-buggy looks really good. Shell looks good as well. I think that's quite a big thing about how a car looks aesthetically. E-buggy shell looks nice. Motor mount looks really strong, and
that was a big word.
Oh, which one?
Aesthetically.
Oh yeah, aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good car. I'm looking forward to getting mine as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've seen bits of them, but we've not had the full package yet.
it's really it's funny actually, because obviously having been deep in the bosom of Nemo for a long time, it's like with everything, lots of stuff takes time, and it ain't always how it sort of is meant to be, but that's the battle of it. If everything was so easy, you'd there wouldn't be any battles, would there? But
no, exactly. And I think Nemo are quite they're quite open to showing people their kits before they're ready.
Yeah,
which gets the excitement. I think then you're asking.
On that note,
talking of,
there is Lee's balls.
Yes.
And we're talking about kits and showing it. There's some of Lee's balls. Well, I'm trying to sort the rest of it out.
Look
I
at that.
remember-
It's on same colour as your face, Rumble. Then one's on your side.
I think they are actually, to be fair. The obviously probably 2 years ago, I think John and I were looking at whether we could get miniature O-rings or something, or something like that, because fuel line is pretty rubbish, and as it is with everything with manufacturing, sometimes you have to change supply, etc. So I think the fuel line went from good for brakes to then not so good for brakes, but way better for fuel line, and it definitely needed something proper. They looked.
So we're there now anyway. So where's this e-buggy picture?
I'm getting there. Bro. I'm trying.
Lee,
I'm trying.
your patience level on this technology is.
Oh mate, you're going to see me disappear very soon.
This one will be in June.
We're actually honoured that you stayed around as long as you have on this occasion.
Look at that. What can you see there, Rumble? I can see like a bit of a car.
I'm going to try and do.
I can see it. I can see enough.
I'm going to hide myself, which might mean I can't talk, so somebody else will have to talk.
It's nice they've done the cable tidies to keep the cables on neat and low and stuff.
The centre diff, yeah. And the battery as well.
Right, centre diff one. It's funny because Billy built that and he didn't really know what the centre one was until he actually got
it together. Yeah, it looks good, and also I think it's not. The motor mount looks beefy as anything. That's going to be shifting any.
Simplicity is often the easiest thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
nice.
Yeah.
Nice to have the sort of solid mount. It'll be a good platform, and it will be, even if it's
far better on YouTube, you can see more of the car. On mine and Rumbles, you can only see like the centre diff.
Yeah, I can see a bit of it. I think I probably haven't seen the exact thing, but I've seen that pretty close, and it looks good. It'll be.
It's got a carbon front top deck on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty considering like the other car hasn't, so interesting.
Whether it's just pre-production, I don't know. All of this, it's funny. It feels like I'm real back in the loop, because normally when we get a photo through or something, it's not or if we get it through, it's not necessarily gossip. That was
no. Sometimes it changes. I think one of the coolest things of that was that they've got provision of all of the mounts and stuff for the wires to run through as well. So it's going to really help with keeping the wires controlled and not like flapping around as they're going over big jumps and all that sort of stuff. I think that's something new I haven't seen before. I was quite excited to see that.
And
just looks like a nice bit of kit.
Yeah,
exactly. So while we're ahead and we're winning, and there's three of us, I think we should just say, Rumble, you're an absolute star. Thank you for coming on this and sharing some memories.
I know, and I'm sure many more next time.
Well, save them for next Wednesday, and we'll do another midweek
Mumble with Rumble.
Lee's had two.
That is a tongue twister, isn't it? That one.
Twister, yeah.
Tongue twister.
Thanks.
Cool. Love everybody as always. Subscribe and all that other crap that we're not going to do because we're old. But subscribe.
Send my love
Can.
to your
Rumble. Can you make sure that all of your Grinder followers subscribe?
Yes, I will. All 37,000 of them.
Yes.
That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
And you've met with every one of them.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Leroy, I'm going to see you on Saturday.
Are we? Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. I was
Yeah.
thinking maybe even yes. Okay, I won't even say it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got Jenson Button and Lewis Hamilton and Rubens Barrichello and all sorts coming on, haven't we, I think?
Yeah, all of them.
One and only. Oh, well.
It's gone. It's gone. But yeah. Rumble, take care, buddy. Give my love to your mum and keep safe. We'll see you soon.
And likewise. Right.
But
See you later.
bye. Bye-bye.